Hello, and Christ is in our midst. I have here an icon of Saint Vladimir, who is one of the leading saints in our church. He was responsible when he was the Grand Prince of Kiev in the year 988, that's in the 10th century, for bringing Christianity to what is now Ukraine. The city of Kiev is where he ruled. Kiev and Ukraine went on to encompass Russia. So he is regarded as one of the most important saints of Kievan Rus and of our heritage of our particular church here in Bridgeport. But he wasn't alone in discovering Christianity. At the time when he himself became Christian, he was baptized, and as ruler, he insisted that everybody else in the kingdom also be baptized. He had been a pagan. In other words, he had not believed in Christ, God, and he had been looking around as to what kind of religion he and his people might adopt. And two things happened. First of all, his grandmother, and I'll show you an icon of her in just a minute, but his grandmother Olga had already become a Christian late in life, and that certainly had an influence on him. But when he was already the Grand Prince, he sent representatives to the main city, which was Constantinople in the Byzantine Empire, in the city that's now called Istanbul in Turkey, where the largest church in the entire world was built. It was called the Church of the Holy Wisdom, Saint Sophia, or in Greek, Hagia Sophia. The Church of the Holy Wisdom was this magnificent church, and when his representatives went there, they were so bowled away by what they experienced there. They came back and said, "We didn't know if we were in heaven or on earth. That was the kind of beauty that we saw there, and we cannot forget that beauty." So Vladimir, many other things happened, but Vladimir decided that he would become a Christian and become an Orthodox Christian at that. So, but I want to say also that he wasn't alone. I told you about his grandmother. Let me just show you an icon of the two of them, but especially his grandmother. We'll take a tour. We have two very large icons of Saint Vladimir, first of all, right here. He led a really, actually terrible life before he was baptized. He was a very violent man, and after he was baptized, he was quite changed. He decided that he would do away with capital punishment, for example, putting people to death. He also fed the poor. He had a very changed heart after his baptism. But in the year 969, which is when his grandmother Olga died, she had already been a Christian. So certainly the remembrance of his grandmother Olga had to play a role in Vladimir himself becoming a Christian at some point later in his own life. So this is Grand Princess Olga, and the two of them, Olga and Vladimir, are considered very important missionaries for the life of the Christian church in Ukraine and Russia. In fact, they're called equal to the apostles. Apostles means sent out. Sent out in order to bring the gospel, to preach the gospel, to talk about Jesus. And that's exactly what Olga and Vladimir did in their own way. So may we, in our own way and in our own places, as we live our life as Christians, may we also, like them, seek to live out the Christian life. So God bless all of you. Christ is in our midst.